What I would like to do in this video is to go over all the markets that we cover using the new US sessions level. So this is a methodology that I teach. Every trader who takes the course will be able to identify these levels before the US session starts. And these levels are for US session. Now we also have an indicator that will just plot those levels on your chart. So anyone who takes the course has the option, you don't have to, has the option of purchasing this indicator. Now I was doing this manually up until last week. It will not take you long to calculate where these levels are along with the midpoint, but the indicator definitely makes it easier, especially if you're going to be trading multiple markets at the same time and you want to keep an eye on things. So let's go over all the markets that I cover using this methodology, which you can learn, and you will be able to put these levels on your chart all by yourself. Okay, so 9:30 we start. Here is the midpoint. Price goes below the midpoint. What is it targeting? Right to the sell level. Within 10 minutes, this doesn't look like much, but it's about a 100-point move right over here on the Nasdaq. Look what happens when a level is reached. A nice bounce. Again, might not look like much, but it's a whole bunch. Right to the sell level again. We have a few bounces on the sell level, a break through the sell level, and again, might not look like much, but this is well over 20 points. And bouncing. So if it can't break through, where is price going to go? Well, same exact methodology as the daily levels. Can break through, eventually it should test the midpoint from underneath. That's what the price does in the Nasdaq, tests the midpoint from underneath. If the midpoint is holding, where should price go? Well, toward the buy level. And there we go. Here is the Russell, 930, prices above the midpoint. Again, right to the buy level. And look what happens. Reaction, trying again. Reaction, a bit kind of misses the midpoint, doesn't quite get to the midpoint. But again, another move higher, breaks through the buy level. What do we expect now? A retest of this buy level from above. Here it is, and up we go. The YM 930, price gets above the midpoint, right to the buy level. You see how repetitive this is. Buy level reacts. Where is price going? Toward the midpoint. Midpoint holds. Where is price going? Toward the buy level. Reaction, a small one this time, breaking through, and that's all we have. And then the YM just kept on going. Here is gold, of course, opens a bit earlier than the indices. Here is a test of the midpoint, up, another test of the midpoint, and up all the way to the buy level. Crude oil opens at 9 o'clock Eastern, opens up above the midpoint, straight to where? Straight to the buy level. Minor reaction, not much of a reaction here at all. That's why it's definitely much more aggressive to try and just short this. You really got to make sure you have your stops in place, because in reality, this level doesn't have to be the high of the day. This is just the first target on the upside. Breaking through, retesting, right? Break through a buy level, retest the buy level, turn around, up we go. S&P, the only market that was somewhat challenging here. So 930 opens up, tests the midpoint, does not quite reach the buy level at this point here. Now, there is like 13 points available here, and obviously it should not be a losing trade, but the point is missed. This is a miss on the upside. Now, this kind of a miss, maybe it's a bit more advanced, but this kind of a miss just means the price is going to come down and retest the midpoint again. That's kind of what happens here, and then the S&P, true to its nature, ends up being stuck right on this midpoint. That's why I believe S&P is tougher than pretty much any other market I cover. You just need to have patience. with the S&P. Breaks below, gives you a whole bunch of points below, but again, kind of hugging. You see the importance of the midpoint, just kind of hugging this midpoint, but continues to stay up. So you see here, yes, it's sideways, it's not going anywhere, uh, but every time it comes down to this midpoint, it gives you a nice amount of points to the upside until finally tests again and then goes up, and finally by like 12:45 or so reaches finally the buy level. So S&P took longer than any other market to get here, but it did it at the end. Just definitely a bit more frustrating with the S&P. So I will teach you how to identify these levels. You'll be able to do it by yourself. It's nice to have the indicator because it saves you time, but more important than the indicator really is the understanding the method behind it. I mean, that's really the reason why I created this, so people can understand what is happening beyond just me giving them levels or some indicator points levels. I begin to possibly play with the idea of maybe having a Zoom room for those who took the course, kind of specifically for those who understand how to get these US levels. The room would simply come with the course. I'm not going to charge anything for the room, but it's not going to be like a trade calling room. I don't like that. It's going to be more like an educational room, and if I have any kind of insights, I would share it with room members. It's nothing I can commit to, which is why I would not be charging anything for it, because sometimes I might disappear for 20 minutes and you won't hear from me, because I do have to do a lot of things trading related during the day. I would want to have the flexibility of just leaving the room without feeling the commitment of, well, if people subscribe to it, then I have to deliver and stay there all day. So let me know in the description if a room of that sort is something that might sound good to you. Again, I'm not quite ready to commit at this point, but it is an idea I am playing with. So let me know if it's something that you feel will benefit you once you take this course. So my email is in the description. Get in touch with me with any questions. Join our Discord group that is in the description as well. And I'll see you next time.